Escape from Tarkov is a truly unkillable game. What? What? I killed him! However, Tarkov being unkillable is actually a blessing and a curse. So first, let's explain exactly why Tarkov is unkillable. Escape from Tarkov is undeniably a tycoon in the extraction shooter genre, meaning that no matter how objectively shitty the state of the game is, the average Tarkov player won't quit and go to another game. But before I clarify that, we need to answer one question. What makes Tarkov so special compared to the other games? There are two answers to this. The first answer is that Tarkov is literally better than every extraction shooter. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Almost every other extraction shooter is just a copy of Tarkov. This is so obviously evident because do you guys all remember when the initial Unheard of edition incident happened where every streamer switched to another Tarkov version like Arena Breakout and Gray Zone, and then immediately 3 days later they got back on Tarkov because they knew they couldn't do their careers without it? But that's a perfect segment to the second point of why Tarkov is so special. Tarkov is literally an addiction. Everything in this game makes you want to come back, whether you're a streamer whose career literally depends on it, or if you're just a casual player. Every single aspect of Tarkov produces dopamine in some way. What are you looking at? Oh. Yeah! Looting, getting kills, completing tasks, fucking opening doors. Every action in Tarkov is so dopamine inducing, and it makes everybody in the player base just want to play more until they get burnt out. So now that we've answered why Tarkov is unkillable, we need to enter the area of discussion of why it's actually a curse for the game. Please mind that everything that's going to be said in the next few minutes is all my opinion. Since Tarkov is unkillable, BSG is able to get away with a lot of things. Like this, for example. When it comes to the recent edition of the Unheard of package, the idea of just unfiltered pay to win was introduced to Tarkov, which kind of pissed me off as a casual player. Even if it wasn't actually pay to win, casual Tarkov players probably don't want to buy a $250 add-on to the game in the first place, so in other words, it's the price tag alone that makes the edition seem unfair. Additionally, adding a $250 edition will make an average player question the ethics of the developer, contemplating whether or not the game is a cash grab, or if BSG genuinely sees a future in Tarkov. To dig deeper into this, we need to take a step back. As a 4, almost 5-year-old Tarkov player, I've witnessed the addition of 2 new maps, a few map reworks, a handful of guns and armor, and arena mode, which I've never even played once. And of course, some great patches and features, obviously. This obviously isn't a grand list of developments added to the game, but it's certainly something. So in conclusion, I do believe that there is a small future, definitely nothing large, but I do see a light at the end of the tunnel for Escape from Tarkov. Definitely at least a 1.0 release. However, is a $250 edition necessary to fund their future developments? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I also just realized that it's kind of funny how I haven't even brought up the hacking issue yet, which is literally the peak of the Tarkov Hall of Shame. Cheaters have ended my wipe early so many times, and I don't want to hear skill issue because I'm genuinely being so serious. I don't want to play a game where I have to actively pursue new strategies just to dodge cheaters. It's crazy how cheating has literally been implemented into the meta in so many different ways. But I digress because there's so many videos highlighting the cheater problem, so it's not even worth discussing. It's just another point about Tarkov being unkillable. Literally a small majority of the community is just hackers, but people still play. It's dedication, not an addiction. Now, my very last point before I end this yap session is about Tarkov content on YouTube. People put out a lot of good content on YouTube, and I'm honestly surprised by the amount of channels I see with great raids and editing nowadays. The only thing that I'll call out is that Tarkov YouTube is experiencing its natural progression, kind of like what I went over in my unturned video. The same shit over and over again is getting stale, so I kind of appreciate it when I see people putting a twist on it. But once again, that's just natural progression. That's not saying that people are doing bad things on YouTube. Everything I see is great, but it's getting to the point. Now, finally, for me personally, when it comes to the content, I have so many clips and gameplay in Tarkov. In fact, I have 400 gigabytes of footage, so that's part of why I created this video. I didn't want to have to use that footage after the wipe, and I plan to get this video out once Tarkov wipes in early August. I do actually plan to make videos next wipe, unless Tarkov just takes another brutal hit. So we'll just have to wait and see. I also, I didn't even address this whole video. I'm sorry for not uploading in 6 months. I forgot my YouTube password.